Oh boy. It has been a week. It has been 2 weeks. And by weeks, I mean like, I can't believe all the stuff that I'm going to be talking about happened within a week. Not like, oh, it's been a week since like I've uploaded to YouTube. I know. I will. I haven't been keeping up, and I've always been wanting to, but I feel like most of the time I wasn't really passionate about what I wanted to talk about. And I really am, and I do not freaking care if I am bragging or like name dropping or anything like that, because I deserve it. I freaking deserved it. I paid for it. I've been feeling like shit the past couple of weeks, so I deserve to feel good. You know what? I don't care. And if anyone in Brisbane or in Australia doesn't care, I can guarantee the US, because they have the Trinity of Terror tour. So yeah, basically in this video I am going to be talking about me going to the trauma tour, which has I Prevail and Motionless and White, and me seeing Black Veil Brides in VIP. Before I get into it, I don't like to be a Debbie Downer, and I don't like talking about my health, but I think it's essential to talk about it in today's video for a couple of reasons. One, this just happened in order, and two, it kind of made me like prevented me from doing extra stuff, you know, like walking. So I have to disclose what happened before the concerts, and overall just feel like have someone understand me why these highs felt so high, because I've been my lowest like at all in terms of health in a long time. So I'll just get it out the way now. The week before, I went to go see Motionless. On the Friday, I was admitted to emergency because I had a disc hernia thing. So basically, pinched nerve, couldn't walk, and that basically opened up a lot of my anxieties and my just reliving a lot of really sad and bad memories that I had with in regards to my other bone condition and going to hospitals and shit, and I absolutely hated it. It was the worst thing ever. I was in so much more pain, worse than a broken bone, but worse than all broken bones that I've had. And this was at a time where I was also losing my job. And then it got better, saw Motionless, and then kind of relapsed a bit on that following Saturday before Black Veil Brides. That's that the way. Oh, and if anyone is like unsure if I'm okay or not, I'm fine. I'm seeing a chiropractor. I'm seeing a physiotherapist. I got my therapist as well, working around the clock. So I'm getting there. I'm getting better. Now I'm gonna pop on some makeup. The idea is to put on my makeup while talking about the concert. So first I'm gonna do Motionless, and I'm gonna do Motionless on this side, and I'm gonna do Black Veil on this side. Okay, before I begin, I'm gonna be using this picture for reference. You can find it on Instagram. So let's talk about Motionless. I've been a big fan of this for a long time, and I don't have a particular year. It just started, like my first album was Creatures, and this was like at a time when I thought like screaming was a bit too heavy. I know, right? So stupid. But now, I don't know what kind of sparked off, because usually I would have like the one thing, and I'll explain it in Black Veil Brides. I usually have this like one pivotal moment when I am like just down-packed obsessed with a band. But this one just kind of happened over time. As for I Prevail, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care too much about I Prevail until the concert came up. So that's why I'm just gonna be talking about Motionless for the time being. But yeah, there was one point I really did want to see them, and that was in that, I think it was 2017 tour. And I, at the time, was at the Gold Coast, so I couldn't get tickets, and I was very sad. And I feel like that just kind of accelerated my love for them, because like I don't know, this like distance thing, like distance makes the heart grow fonder sort of thing. So I felt more compelled to listen to their stuff. And at this time I was really getting close with just people who were really into Motionless as well. This included my good friend not, her name is not Piercer, she's a piercer who does like my piercings, and this is when she was still in Brisbane at the time, and her name is Emily Von Spoopy. And she, legend, gave me this Motionless graveyard shift flag and a signed Reincarnate booklet that you get in the CD. Crazy, so good. She really didn't have to do it. So I've been waiting for them for so long, and obviously COVID has just delayed absolutely everything. So I wasn't planning on seeing them anytime soon. I bought the tickets in 2020. It's 2022. So I was just playing the waiting game, and I was just listening to this stuff. And by the way, this is also when the album, the new album, Scoring the End of the World, came out. So I was so hyped because that album is so sick, and I am obsessed with all the songs. So I was guaranteed for a good time because obviously they're gonna play stuff on the new record. Even I Prevail, their song Body Bag, and it was like a week old before the tour, and they played it on the set list. So I was just so excited. Spoiler, Cyberhex is so good live. So I was like guaranteed to have fun. But at the same time, I still love the classics. You know, you can't go wrong with them. So now to the concert. They were at like in the CBD, which is great because I'm in the CBD. I'm totally not poking fun at Black Rice for being way away from the CBD, but we'll get there. So it didn't take long for me to commute. I definitely wanted to be there first and best dressed in case I wanted merch. I did end up getting merch, but that's after the concert. But I just rocked up just in case, and I didn't want to wait for the line to be too long. Because also, remember, like, my injury was still in recovery. It wasn't too bad, but I wanted to be careful. So I just wanted to at least be at the front. So that's why I left a bit early. Like, I was, like, earlier than some of the VIPs. And the VIP wasn't for Motionless White, it was just for I Prevail because I Prevail were headlining. So, like, if I could meet Motionless, I definitely would have, but that would have been in 2017 when they were headlining. So I got in early, and yeah, just standed around in line for a long time, and before I knew it, we were able to go straight in. The VIPs were already at the front, and I took the barricade, but I was way to the left because everyone wants the barricade. So I just went straight away to the left, and I thought this could work in my favor because my boyfriend JINHO is exceptionally tall. And I was like, yeah, there's no way he could completely block, like he could easily block a view. And I wanted to save a spot for him because he had work beforehand, and I wanted to squeeze him in. So I was like, yeah, so there's a big pole next to it. I'm at the edge, I'll get a good view, I'll be safe, and he can have a good show. And yeah, we just waited. So the first band that was opening, what was it? Wind Waker. They were really good. I am a horrible person, you see, because I didn't listen to, like, I don't really listen to opening bands because I just know they have a short set list, but they were really good. And they played a cover of Toxic, which I didn't expect, but it was just amazing. As long as you fucking can. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. What else can I say about them? The guitarist looks sick as well. Oh, I forgot. I even took a photo of the guitarist, because he was just right in front of me and he looked so good, posted the photo on my Instagram story and I tagged Wind Waker and they reposted my photo. And the lead singer looked so sick. But they didn't really move around the stage enough, so I didn't get like a good closer look. But I do know that he looked amazing. So yeah, that was really fun. And then obviously I was just so impatient for Motionless. I just, because I also wanted like Ricky to be like super close to me, because you know how guitarists have one side and a guitarist goes to the other. And I just really wanted Ricky to be there. And wouldn't you guess, he did. So he rocked up and I saw him. I really tried to get his attention. I was like, Ricky! He did not see me. I was really upset, but that's okay. He looked great. And some of the photos that JINHO took, because he has a way better phone than me, he has a Pixel and it's so good. Like, and my phone is an Oppo. It's supposed to be a camera phone and it's, no, not gonna lie, it's a bit shit. And I kind of need a new phone. But I laid my hands on JINHO to take good photos, and he is such a skilled photographer. He has such a niche for it. He's like low-key better than me. So I just focused on myself on having a good time, and I just let JINHO take the photos. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Obviously the set list is out. I can't remember in order. I know they played Disguise first. Thoughts and Prayers was probably like the third song. Which, by the way, Chris looked at me in Thoughts and Prayers, and you know, Thoughts and Prayers is such a great song because it really gets my anger up and going and the adrenaline. And then when I was shouting the lyrics at him, I could feel that we were both feeling like the angry, like all my worries and all my stress just went out the window when I was just screaming like Thoughts and Prayers at Chris Motionless. That was a solid moment, if I do say so myself. Oh, but it's not over yet. Because at the end of the set, the last song is obviously going to be Eternally Yours, which is one of the best songs that they've ever made. I just looked at him in the eyes and I just sang while I was looking at him, and it was fantastic. I think it's because I was wearing the makeup and he was wearing the makeup, and I think he really liked it. And also I was the only one wearing the spiral shirt as well, which is a very Chris Motionless thing. So I think he also digged that. Again, I can't say why he liked it, but I'm not complaining. I just need to know for next time if he comes over. And then at the end, which I did not expect at all, was that he was giving out like real roses, like chucking them into the pit. And I was like, oh, I would love a rose, but I didn't think much of it. He gave me the first rose. I was so happy. Look, photos. But the bud fell off. So I got a bud and a stem. Oh dear. And the dude who caught it for me, he was so sweet. I was like, are you sure you don't want it? And he was like, you're a much bigger Motionless fan than I am. You can just have it. I was like, that's so sweet. I forgot his name. I think it was Travis. Travis, if you're watching this, you are a legend and so sweet. Because I could see Chris was trying to chuck it to me, but Travis ended up catching it. So that was so incredibly sweet. I think Travis was more into Prevail than Motionless. Yeah, I mean, I try to preserve the rose. JINHO and I, on the next day, were trying to preserve it and it just didn't go well. We tried to put it in resin, but we've never played with resin before. Okay, don't judge me. Okay, it was doomed to begin with because look, I did a dishonor to my stepmom, who's a florist, and I thought, because every time I go into her like place for flowers and stuff, it feels so cold like a freezer. So I thought putting the rose in the freezer will preserve it better. That's a big no-no. You're supposed to put it in the fridge. So it could be my fault, but here's the rose. I'm an idiot. At least I can keep it forever. It's just not gonna look nice. I Prevail. So they rocked up, you know, Bow Down, first song. Oh, so good. And I feel like the crowd went a lot more wild for I Prevail, which is fair, you know. It was absolutely crazy. Even even I was confused because like the crowd was doing like weird stuff in the pit, and I'm not doing like anything like explicit of nature, just like they were like rowing, like the whole crowd was just like going back and forth pretending they were rowing. Like what? we were so incredibly weird. And I couldn't see it until someone like posted on TikTok what it looked like, and I was like, oh my god, that was too many people doing weird shit all together. And even Eric mentioned that it was like the weirdest fucking thing he's ever seen, which I don't blame him. And Legend Eric also did a shoey. God bless. So that was incredibly fun. I'll just speed through this. Not too bad. Yeah, so again, it wasn't like, again, Motionless and I Prevail didn't really move around the stage, so I just had a constant shot of Ricky. But at I Prevail, I got Dylan, and he looked beautiful. Like, also mad respect and props to the lighting technicians because they made Dylan look absolutely stunning. Again, photo, very good. It's a bit messy. I will tidy it up. But yeah, any other comments about the night? Obviously, I made so many nice friends. I wish I was at the show with them, like in the center. But I, again, wanted to really preserve my, you know, health. I definitely needed some sort of support. And I just knew that JINHO would not want to be really close to the crowd. Because where we were, it wasn't anything crazy. There was no like sort of moshing or crowd surfing. It was more very much in the center, if anything a bit more to the right. So we just witnessed it all. But the weirdest thing that we've seen on our end was literally a man just took off his shirt and chucked it at Ricky. That was a bit crazy. That was really funny. Oh, D. Is this cyberhexy enough? I don't know. I always think that adding extra purple would be nice. And just blending out and adding more purple. Purple's such a good color. I need to dye my hair back purple. I looked at like before the concert, Chris reference photos of like Cyberhex makeup, and it just looks so buffed out and smoky. Like, and I'm like, any more, and I'll do that, it would look like I got punched in the face. Like, he was dragging the black all the way down to here, which is great, but I can't do that and make it look nice. I don't know how we can pull it off. Maybe it's the long face, but it does make sense because it's easier to kind of connect the lines in a weird way. Again, I'm not too fussed if it looks good. Yep, I'm gonna call it done for this Cyberhex look. That's pretty much all I have to say about Motionless and I Prevail. They both had great sets, and it was so fun. And the side is complete. So now let's talk about Black Veil Brides, because this is going to take a much more longer time, but that's fine because I have a lot more to talk about with Black Veil Brides with VIP. So I left my house around, I don't know, I wanted to leave earlier because I wanted to make sure I was ready for VIP, because it was my first VIP experience. I didn't know what to expect at all. So I wanted to like rock up, and also never been to the venue before, so I wanted to rock up earlier to see what the venue was gonna be like, how to find my way around it, where to park, that kind of stuff. But so my VIP started at 5:30, so I wanted to leave around just before 4:30. I left around 4:10, but I literally forgot about peak hour traffic, which is not fun. And I ended up arriving at about 5 o'clock. And I was incredibly lost, because I parked like upstairs, like in an upstairs car park, and the show is actually downstairs. So I was going around this restaurant looking like a crazy BBB fan, and just like absolute weird. And I was trying to ask this like mum and like girl for directions, like where is the concert, and they go, oh, we're just here for dinner, but if you're looking for the concert, just follow the signs. I was like, thanks. So I walked down. Literally the lineup was at what do you call it, a car park, and there was already a massive line, which I was like so shocked because it was really early, but I guess people just wanted obviously good spots. So I was like, okay, no worries. I thought it was VIP. So I stood in line waiting, and then I'm hearing some rumors and scuffling in the line behind me saying, is this general admission or is this VIP? And I'm like, well, I'm VIP. And they said, well, I'm general admission. So clearly there's some sort of issue with the line, and I had no idea what to do or where to go. I don't know how it came about, but I eventually wandered into the car park again, because at this point the line was so long it was going out of the car park. So I went back in, and I tried to see like a small group of people bundled up near the, what do you call it, the staircase that took me downstairs to the lines. And I was like, yo, so what's happening here? And they go, I don't know. So, but at this point it was 10 minutes until they had to open for VIP, and no one knew what to do or where to go. So I was like, well, this is great. But either way, I just stuck along with the group, because as long as I knew that I was in the right crowd, security will direct us. And they did. So when 5:30 hit, or just about after, they took us to the, what do you call it, the little like checking area to check the QR codes for the ticket and to check the bags and stuff like that. I had a big bag because I wanted to get some extra stuff. I wanted to get merch to help out for a friend, and I knew I was going to get extra stuff from the concert, and I had a big battery pack as well, because I knew I'd be there for a long time. So I just had a bigger bag. So and because they checked in a bit late, I don't know how, but I just ended up being first in line. And I thought it wasn't going to be an issue, but I'll get to it in a second. But yeah, they said all ages first, we'll do the all ages VIP first, and then you'll do the 18 plus. I didn't know what was the right process for me to get the tickets, because at the time I was 18. I was 17. So I didn't think I was allowed to purchase 18 plus tickets, even though at the time the band was supposed to be playing in May, which is after my birthday. I would have been 18 by then. But I didn't know how that was going to go. So I just got all ages. But yeah, all ages got to go in first. So I was like, okay, no worries, going in. As I was walking in, I went downstairs into the merch area, and they said, okay, what's your name, all that jazz. And they're like, is this for 18 plus? I'm like, no, this is all ages. And I had to have this conversation to 2 different people that all ages was going first except for 18 plus, and that was like a big confusion. So I was just standing around in this sort of look like, so what's happening? So I eventually found, like, I don't know, they eventually fixed it up. I don't know what was the issue, but they got me to like, yep, just stand right there. And this was like in front of the stage that the VIP was being held at. And they're like, yeah, just wait in my line, wear a mask, and then we'll bring the band out. And I'm like, okay. I was first in line. What? I was first in line? No, don't do this to me. Literally don't. I was like shaking and quaking. There was no way I was meeting Blackfoot Brides first in line at all. But I was. I literally did not have anything prepared already, even though I had plenty of time. Like all the like management were running around and doing stuff, getting things ready. I still was like in shock that like I still didn't have enough time, because the minute they come out, I was going to be popped onto the spot. I would have no time to prepare or sink in the fact that I'm meeting Blackfoot Brides. So I was just in a fit of of stress and anxiety. Like, what am I going to tell them? What am I going to say? Because they gave us the whole spiel. You go stand on this little cross, you meet the band, you talk to them, no handshakes, no hugs, just socially distant, which was fine. I expected that. And then you get a photo, and I'm like, sweet. And they had like a little ring light, and I thought like we can bring our phones and put it in. But apparently it was like for a photographer. So I literally thought we were going to bring out our phones, but no, they had a professional, like the camera, and it was very nice. So I was waiting after everyone was settled in for about, felt like 10 minutes. And it was like the longest 10 minutes of my life, I tell you guys. And then finally, I see Andy walking out to meet with us. And I was like, oh shit, they are standing so close to me. I was like, okay, you're up first, let's go. And I'm like, no. I walked up and I didn't know what to say, man. They are in real life a little bit more socially anxious than I thought, because they seem like really like chill in interviews. Obviously, like I watch individual interviews, because if I watch Blackfoot Brides in a group interview, Andy usually does the talking. But when I sit and watch individual YouTube videos or interviews, they're quite talkative. Like each band member is quite talkative when they want to talk what they like about. Like Jinx, for example, had an interview with Joe Flanders, and he was just talking about his upbringing, him being really into classical and loving everything French. And Jake and Lonnie have like YouTube channels on their own, so I just thought that like they were gonna be all talkative. But and also Cece, he's very energetic, but he was like super quiet. So I was like, oh geez, is it like social anxiety, or is it because they're tired? They looked really tired. But I was just trying to like be welcoming, like, hey, on behalf of Brisbane, welcome. I just said thank you for being like such a huge inspiration to me, in terms of like what I do, what I create, and having the inspiration to create. I told them that like their music videos inspired me to do filmmaking, to also like write a book. So I was just telling them like, you guys just got me through a lot of stuff, and they are legends, and I absolutely love them. And yeah, so I wish I said more to Jinx, because look I wish I said more to Jinx, but I couldn't. There was just something that was stopping me. But I think, again, when I continue, I'll explain why I feel like it was okay at the end. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I said more to Jinx, but I don't know, because if I said anything to Jinx, it would have made me sound really obsessive. It literally would have. It would have not been pretty or fun. And I don't know. I kind of froze. But then afterwards, we got around and we got ready to take a photo. And in the VIP document that you get emailed, they tell you what's going to happen. And in the description for the photo, it says socially distant photo. So the idea that I thought was I just turn around on my X marks spot and I just take a photo with the band very far away. No. It caught me off guard, I swear to God. Because the minute I turned around to say thank you, Andy was like literally right there. It was like so tall. And I almost, it caught me off guard. Like, it didn't scare me because I didn't physically jump, but it was enough to scare me. And I was like, whoa. I was like, thank you. Obviously not as verbal and expressive as I'm explaining, but that's how I felt. Literally, it was crazy to see him so up close. Oh, and then afterwards, you got a signed poster and skedaddle. And this is my poster. Yee! I'm very happy. Look at it. It has all the signatures. And the band members look so sick. And now I have the holy trinity of all my favorite bands and their signatures. Because for my birthday, JINHO got Bad Omens, Finding God Before God Finds Me album cover signed by Bad Omens. Yes. And then when I was with, when my PS was still around before she went to Melbourne and she knew I love Motionless and White, she gave me Reincarnate, my favorite album, signed. And now I have Black Belt Brides and I am so happy I have all signatures now. I was like dying. And then I just waited at this point for the merch because I had so much time to kill because I was literally the first person. So I was just being on standby waiting for merch to open up because I promised a friend I would get her merch, and I did. They actually opened up a bit early because they told me, oh, we open at 7:30, and I'm like, 7:30? I promised to be at the barricade before that. But yeah, they literally opened up 10 minutes after I asked when is merch gonna be open. So yeah, I got the merch and then I just chilled, and I was literally talking with the staff because I was like by myself. I was waiting for like a high school friend to come, and everyone else kind of went upstairs. So I didn't really have anyone to talk with, so I was talking with this chick who just worked at Eden's Hill, and she told me some like really interesting stuff about like behind the scenes, about like their food preferences. I think she told me that, I don't know if she meant that all of them are vegan or at least Andy is vegan, because she made it sound like that all of them are vegan, but then she clarified it was just Andy. But it wouldn't surprise me if all of them were vegan. And she even said like, because they have like a list of stuff to provide for the band, and she was like, yeah, Andy wanted like chips and tofu and stuff like that. And then for drink, Andy wanted like a vodka with mix-in. I can't remember specifically. But yeah, vodka's not what I would expect for Andy to like. He's more like a whiskey kind of guy. Well, at least I thought wrong, huh? And then once the line got a little bit shorter, I got to see the band in a bit more clarity. And I got to fully appreciate how awesome Jake and Jinx look. They look so sick. I absolutely love their style. Like, my huge like fashion icons. Like, now I want their pants. Their pants look so sick. They are to die for. And then they finally left. And as soon as they left, I kid you not, I ran straight for the barricade. Mind you, my health was in shambles. There was no way I was running, but I did it. I did it. So I rocked up and I was like, okay, I got the spot to my friend. And mind you, I haven't seen this friend in like actual years, because last time I saw him was in high school. His name was also Jake. So I'm just trying to say my friend rather than Jake, because if I mention Jake, I'm talking about Black Veil Brides Jake, and I'm just gonna say my friend is my friend. Got it. So I was like to my best friend, yo, I am in this location. You just go all the way to the left. Because I was still in center, but I was a bit more to the left side because everyone charged for the right. So I went left again because there was just more space. And one person that I was talking throughout the night, she was there. And so I just ran for my life to the left side. I took a photo where I was, and then I just waited. And it really didn't feel like I was waiting for long. And then he managed to say, put your hand up, I'll come find you. I did, and he was there. And then we just caught up like old times. Like you caught up with a friend that you haven't seen in like so many years. And yeah, we watched the first opening band, which was Days Like These. And they are so cool. Okay. So you know how I told you like I'm writing a book, right? And I've already kind of like drawn what I want like my book characters to kind of like look like and stuff. Well, one of the dudes, actually two, I would say that the singer and the guitarist was like literally right in front of me. They literally looked like my book characters that I had envisioned. But the guitarist had white hair instead of black. But it looked so similar, and I was so mesmerized. I was taking pictures like a freaking weirdo. Oh, Jesus. Like, I know it's normal, like, all the freaking photographers were going ham. I know that, like, they were gonna have photos taken. But I felt like I had a different motivation. Like, I'm gonna write about you. Like some creepy old poet, you know, with nothing else better to do. Which I felt like at the time because, like, I was, like, almost disabled. So, I was just taking photos of him, trying to find the good shot. And I think I got a couple good shots of him. He looked amazing. And they did a cover for King for a Day. Oh, my emo heart was so happy when they did the cover for King for a Day. Oh my Jesus. And they sounded great, and they had like a really unique style. And then after that, Black for Brides was due to come on. And can I just say, look, and part of the reason why I absolutely love Jinx is because of the violin. There was like music to kind of like get ready for the hype, to build hype. And I could just hear like a violin rendition of a Black Veil song. I can't remember because I recorded it, so if I listen to it, I'll tell you what it is here. But there was like a violin rendition of this song, and I was just like, oh, he's amazing. And I kid you not, Jinx came straight in front of me. And it was the best thing ever, and he saw me and I saw him, and it was, we like looked at each other for the whole night. Like, we were like singing lyrics to each other. Like, Rebel Love Song is my new favorite Black Veil Bride song, because Jinx and I were just staring at each other. I was doing this for the whole night and this for the whole night, and even Jake was looking at me. I was like, yeah, Jake, I see you. And even Andy would just like see me, and then I would see Andy look at my friend, and my friend would be like, because because we went to see Andy Black together when Andy was doing his solo stuff, and we saw them together, and he was like, oh man, Andy's sick, man, he's so cool and all that jazz. And now to have like Jake be noticed, my friend Jake, to be noticed by Andy was so cool, and to like witness that is like such a good feeling, you know? That was pretty much the whole night. I couldn't really get Lonnie's attention. I think he's still getting warming up to the shows, to like, I think he was more in like the performance sort of like feeling of it, not wanting to mess up and maintaining like good performance, which I get. But I mean, Lonnie was cool. I literally told him in my meet and greet that I loved the photo of him and the koala. And again, I wish I talked to Cece more. Like, he is so fun and I absolutely love him. I'm getting into lipstick because I did purple for Motionless, but I did black for Prevail. I may do both. I'm just gonna skip this one and then I'll come and talk to you because I don't want to move my lips while doing makeup. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but this has more purple inside and this has more black. This one obviously looks a bit more glossy. It's more like a black lipstick with a purple tinge rather than it is a purple lipstick, but I'm not complaining. I love this. So yeah, I just had so much fun watching like Jake and Jinx so close to me and then doing like epic guitar solos. And just Cece having the time of his life. We did see Cece come out once the band was done and just like taking a video of all of us, like the crowd, and him just chucking out a bunch of drumsticks. I was really close on getting like Jinx's guitar pick, but I didn't, but that's okay. But on the bright side, my friend got Cece's drumstick. I was so happy. I looked at the drumstick, it was like busted as, because he was like going through multiple a night and he was just chucking all of them away. And I got to see like the logos and stuff. It looked so good, so I'm really happy for him. But yeah, overall, such a good night. I drove my friend home. What else do I mention? I got a little VIP lanyard. That was really cute. What else? Oh yeah, I forgot about the t-shirt from Motionless. I got a This Place Is Haunted shirt. Let me just quickly get it. Dee-dee! Best shirt ever. We literally, because my boyfriend wanted to get a shirt after the show because getting merch from the Motionless store and shipping it to here is insanely expensive. So we went to the merch store afterwards and I got this one and he got the same one. So we both have matching two matching Motionless and white shirts because he got me really into Pokemon, so I really appreciate This Place Is Haunted. Yeah, I don't have the photo yet of my photo with Prevail. I was asking a friend from Melbourne because she went to VIP, when did you expect the photo? And she said within 24 hours. And the concert was at 5:30 last night and it's 5:18 now as I'm recording this. So if I do find the picture, I'll insert it here. If not, you're just gonna have to stalk me on Instagram and find the photo when it does come out. But yeah, that's my look of Cyber Jinx, or what do you want to call it? I don't know. You find a name for this look. But yeah, on a bit more sentimental note, like being into Motionless and White and Black for Brides has really changed my life, and it's made me so emotional. The fact that I get to see them in person and they see me and I feel the love and I feel the passion in the lyrics, and it feels so rewarding. Like, no words can describe it. And the fact that I was going through such pain, like such physical pain and a little bit of emotional pain because, dealing with health problems is never fun. And reliving old health problems is never fun. And Motionless and Black for Brides really helped me get through those times. So I really owe it to them to have like the perseverance to keep on going. I know it's a bit cheesy, but like I was like sobbing in my therapist appointment, like saying like I wish, like I really hope they understood how grateful I am that I got to see them, and I got to say like at least thank you to Black Veil, and just have Chris give me a rose, like not only like a symbol of love, but during Eternally Yours, which is like a love letter to fans. It just really makes me feel so important, so valued, and it just feels like that my health was in that point in time did not matter, and it was just a moment I could like never forget, and I'm so thankful for them that they make these such difficult parts of my life feel so much easier, and I really owe it to them. I'm sure like some of you guys will probably feel the same way. I know a lot of people who are around me in my life currently don't feel that, but if you're like overseas or like in the US and you've been on like on Trinity of Terror tour and you felt these things, then I'm sure you would understand. It's absolutely crazy that I was still able to go and have a good time, and I wasn't in pain, and I really like got to see them eye to eye and have a good time, you know, and that's what really matters, and it's definitely gonna stick with me for as long as I live, you know. It's making me really tempted to get a rose tattoo now, or like a Jinx tattoo or something like that. It would be so cool. But one day, we'll see how it go. I just really hope they understand like how impactful they are, you know, and how much love I have for them as much as they have love for us, you know. I know that both Motionless and Black Brides have an extreme love for Australia as a country to play shows for. And I know this because of all the interviews I watch. And it's so good for them to finally be so excited to come back and play the shows with us. I'm so excited for them to come back again. Like, I'm not finished yet. Yeah, but again, this all happened within like a week. It was like last Thursday and then this Wednesday. And yeah, I'm still trying to process everything. I think it'll really hit me when I get that photo. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Let me know what you think of all of this. Do I have big main character energy, big main character plot? I literally told my friends all this, and like, Emma, you have main character plot. I literally, I have a sad backstory, and I have got all this attention. But like, I usually would say like, no, I'm not. I literally am. I'm unstoppable. Okay, you can't touch me. Again, I deserve it because I've been through shit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to do, say in this video. I would really like to get on top of how to do makeup, because I filmed that video ages ago, but I really want to make a new revamped version, because I'm always learning stuff with makeup. So I kind of want to do that again. Okay, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks, and I will hopefully see you soon with something special. Bye.